Everybody, welcome back to Posted Up with Chris Haynes. My guest here, Golden State Warriors standout rookie, Eric Paschall. He's not too happy to be on the show right now.
Got me, man.
Well, what's going on? It's a beautiful day.
I didn't know this was on video. I thought I would have had the cut ready.
Hey, this is the Posted Up podcast. We don't do nothing, we don't do nothing second class.
I'm not saying you do, but you got the fresh.
I had.
Look at me. I'm struggling right now. I got the cut. I get the cut later. It's cool,
let me tell you,
cool.
you are a professional. You are a professional. When you walk outside here, you got people want to probably ask for your autograph and take pictures.
Yeah.
And you messed up because your cut is not right.
Yo, I was getting a cut today.
Oh, okay. It's just a bad time.
Bad timing.
Oh, look. You could have easily just walked in here, seen all this equipment because there's a lot of equipment, a lot of lights. You could have easily walked in here and just stormed right out.
Nah,
but you stayed here.
I stayed there.
Man, and that's why I appreciate it.
But y'all still got me. But
I
cool,
appreciate
man.
it. Hey, we're going to get past that, man. People ain't worried about that, man. But look, I would say, man, look, first of all, you're having a tremendous year with the Golden State Warriors,
Thank
man. Coming out of Villanova, the 41st pick. When you were drafted, by the Warriors, taken at that position, this was right before Kevin Durant, his free agency. Mm-hmm. So what was your outlook on the team? What were you thinking when you were drafted by the organization?
Honestly, I was just happy that I got drafted by an organization like this. I mean, I've heard so many great things from Coach Wright, because Coach Wright and Coach Kerr, real close friends, and the coach together. So I've heard so many great things about the organization, but I was just happy. I mean, I was just like, all right, I get to go to an organization where they know what they're doing, they winning culture, and has a great reputation.
When did you start to think about your role? Obviously you were going to step in there with future Hall of Famers. When did you start thinking about, okay, where can I fit? What do I think I can do for this team?
Honestly, my whole mindset coming in was just like, find playing time as a rookie.
Yeah.
And then the injuries sadly happened, and then it gave all the young guys the opportunity. So I feel like you just got to take advantage of that opportunity.
That's crazy. You talking about fine minutes.
Yeah.
You ain't finding them now. You probably got to give away some minutes right now. Like, are you surprised? Look, you were one of the top rookies in scoring. At one point, you were number one. You just having an impact already. I remember I seen this movie. It was circulating on Instagram. That one-on-one drive on LeBron James, man. You had him on the wing, man. You took him and bullied. You got the NBA-ready body already. Are you surprised already by the success you having this for?
Yeah. I mean, but I feel like having confidence in yourself it takes care of a lot of it. Just because if you go out there and feel like you're the best player, you have a lot of confidence to even go do some of the things I was doing. So. And then our coaches and my teammates give me a whole bunch of confidence to just go play and be who I am.
So you're taken in the second round. Take me through that draft process. Where were you? What were you hearing that you could fall at and land at? Were you disappointed at the slot, or were you encouraged? Getting picked at that slot. Not the team, but just the number.
No. I honestly thought I was going in the first round.
Okay.
I thought so. I feel like I did a lot of great things during my pre-draft process, and I had a lot of great workouts. But the draft is crazy. I mean, the draft, like,
walk us through it a little bit. Like, what is crazy about the draft?
It's just like you don't know. I would probably say, like, to anybody that is planning to get drafted, especially like in my position, like if you're not like top 15, top 20, like you just don't know where you're going. Like it's just one of those nights where you're looking, and you're like, you feel like, oh, maybe I'm better than that guy, but he got drafted higher than me. And it's just like one of those things where you just have to be patient. So it's probably like one of my most nervous nights in terms of like, just in terms of like, where am I going? Like what team is going to pick me or like have faith in me to bring them to their organization.
So as you got to so what did you hear? So now that the draft is over, what did you hear as the reason why you didn't get picked where you thought you should have been? Was there any feedback?
I haven't heard anything. I mean, not that I know of.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe other people know, but I haven't heard anything. Maybe my age, I would say, because I just
being
turned,
a senior.
Yeah, I just turned 23.
Yeah.
So it's maybe that, but I mean, I feel like it's just a process you gotta go through and deal with.
But isn't that funny? It's like it's like if you do 4 years of college, they think there's not an upside.
Yeah, and I don't like that because I feel like you can always get better in terms of basketball. I feel like even though I am 23, like I still have years to grow and learn the NBA. Like I feel like everybody's prime is from about like 20, 25 to like 30, I would say.
No doubt.
So like I just hit my prime a little faster, but like somebody that's older could hit their prime and next you know end up being better. So I feel like the older things shouldn't like really matter, but as long as you're like 22, 23, but it does.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately, it does.
Yeah.
So Draymond, he was a late pick as well, and he has, he hold a grudge against the people who were, against the decision makers who drafted those guys ahead of him. That he has the order, like he knows the order from one to all the way to get his pick. Do you have a similar stance on that? Like, do you know the draft order?
I know a lot of them from that, like probably like that 34 to like 40 range. I don't know much of. But
Okay.
like everybody else are pretty much.
Because a lot of those guys, you like you said, you felt you were better than those guys.
Yeah. So I know pretty much the whole first round, but it's just how it works.
Pretty much. So you felt like you should have been in lottery or in the 20s?
Nah, 20s.
Well, hold on. First of all, you can't say nah. Now look what you're doing right now.
I mean, but
You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking real.
I wouldn't say lottery. I mean, but like I said, like it's just it's so out of your control that like you can say like, oh, I should have went here, but I mean, everything comes around full circle. And I feel like I've gotten the opportunity to prove myself. So
you in college you played 1 year at Fordham before you transferred to Villanova.
Yeah.
Why'd you transfer at the? Because I think you averaged like 16 points your freshman year.
yeah.
What made you decide to transfer?
My coach got fired.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
I had a real big loyalty to him, and him getting fired like really steered my decision to transfer.
Got you. I read somewhere that you were still. It says you were still considering.
Yeah,
going back.
I was.
That's the politically correct thing to say at that time.
No, I was, but I felt like Villanova was just the right place for me. I felt like I could develop there, and they can help me out a lot.
So you look at what you're doing right now. What position would you say you are? What's your natural position in this league?
Probably 4.
Probably the 4.
Yeah.
Why so?
I feel like I could be a mismatch problem, and then also I could guard multiple positions. So I just like being at that 4 spot.
Okay. Because the move I seen that you did, I mentioned LeBron, that was done out there on the perimeter.
Yeah. I mean, I'm versatile enough to play 3, but I feel like I just like the 4 spot. I mean,
All right. So obviously the 4 spot, it's Draymond Green's, his position here. What has it been like being a teammate of Draymond Green? 'Cause I know you probably heard some stuff, coming in. What is it like actually playing with the guy?
fun. He's a great guy. I mean, there's so many stereotypes about him and like so many rumors about him, but like actually playing with him and being with him every day, great guy, great attitude, great like demeanor to everything, like just super competitive. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing I feel like his competitive gives him kind of like a negative connotation.
Yeah.
But like if you're with him, you see why like he's so good at what he does, because like he just competes in everything he does. So I like playing with Draymond a lot. He's just fun guy, a real fun guy.
Has anything about Draymond rubbed off on you?
He tries to teach me just like learning multiple positions,
okay,
just to add value. But I try to take away like just him talking a lot on the court, like
trash talking or just being communicating.
Okay, communicating, just talking, like just letting your teammates know where you are, trying to read the offense, knowing what plays that the offense are calling, and I try to mimic that within myself.
Okay, all right. Do you ever? There's going to be one point where the Warriors will have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, all those guys in the roster at the same time, and be back. How do you fit in? Like, what do you think this period that you're going through right now, where you're getting ample playing time and opportunities? How is that best going to prepare you for when the real team does get back together?
I feel like that helps me out just in terms of getting game reps. I mean, like, you're not going into the next year, like, nervous about anything because you've already played a whole full season of NBA basketball. So I feel like that's one thing that I take from it. It's just it helps all the young guys just to getting reps. I mean, during the season, you don't really practice, like, that much. So you just have to compete in games if you get playing time and competing against the best players in the world. So I feel like that's why it helps. And then it'll just help me out next year in terms of just learning the game. I mean, learning the game and, like, learning the speed of the NBA and how to play it in the NBA.
I was talking to a coach about you. I was like, you're getting these shots now. Obviously those are the same amount of shots aren't going to be there when the whole team get it. Mm-hmm. How would you be able to adjust your game, knowing that now you come into the league, you actually know you can play. You can put up numbers. How are you going to adjust to falling back into in a help role?
I feel like I'll be fine. I mean, in Villanova, this is why I feel like Villanova has helped me so much. I played every different role possible. Mm-hmm. So, like, my first year, I was really, like, just an energy guy. Mm-hmm. Second year playing starter, but, like, still wasn't, like, the main scorer because we had so many talented dudes on the team. And then my senior year, I was the main guy. So I feel like just being in those positions has helped me out tremendously, just knowing how to play all the roles in the NBA because, like, not everybody's going to be the star.
Yeah.
So I feel like in the NBA, like, if you want to be honest, like, most players are role players because there's only, like, a few, like, stars, and then everybody else just is like has their role. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying, like,
I get that. No.
Like, your role as a scorer, your role here is, like, you're a great defender, like, but everybody has their role. So I feel like Villanova has helped me tremendously in that aspect.
What is something, now that you're a member of the Golden State Warriors, when you first came in, I don't know, whether it was the arena, fan base, or whatever, what was something that you were surprised by?
The fan base.
Is that right?
Fan base is ridiculous.
Is that right?
In a good way. Like, they support through thick and thin. They just so support. Like, that's the one thing. Like, they're supportive, and then they cheer loud every game. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing I really like is, like, because some teams, like, if you have a bad record, like, the fans won't show up or anything. Mm-hmm. Or they only show up when they're playing a really good team or, like, when LeBron comes to town. But, like, our fans are here every night cheering us on, same energy. And that's one thing I really like.
That's something I was surprised about because I was a little concerned once they left Oakland how the fan base, if they were going to travel, especially when a lot of guys got injured as well. Steve Kerr said something similar as well. So talk about that. I want to ask you about that. So obviously there's not a lot of media covering this team like it was the years prior.
Yeah.
Do you or the young guys? I know you guys know it's not the same team, but do any of you young guys take offense to that or use that as motivation? Like, okay, we're gonna play this way. Y'all be back. Is there?
Yeah, I would feel like, but at the same time, one thing I didn't like through the media, like some things I saw on, like, social media was like last year's starting lineup, and then, like, I forgot who we played it. I think it was Charlotte. And, like, they put this year's starting lineup. And, and one thing I just didn't like was just, like, we're still NBA players. Yeah. Like, we're still – just because people don't know our names and, like, we're not household names, we're still getting paid to play the game of basketball. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing I try to take is just, like, we're still players. Like, we're getting paid. Like, we're in this position for a reason. So that's one thing that pretty much.
Just the comparison.
Yeah, like
it's really not fair.
Like I get like, all right, like a year ago, like they had a heck of a team.
It's pretty nice.
Like I'm not gonna say like, oh, that team, like, no, it was a crazy team, but it's just like we're also here to get paid too. Like if you pay attention to basketball, you know we are, but it's fine. I mean, everybody. I mean, that's the thing about social media, like, everybody has freedom of speech. Yeah. So it's just like you're gonna see some things you don't like, and one thing I've learned is not everybody's gonna like you. Yeah. I mean, like, not everybody's gonna. Some people are gonna say you're good. Some people are gonna say you're bad. But, like, I feel like you just gotta tune all that stuff out because it's just like at the end of the day, my dad has told me since I was young, like not everybody's gonna be happy for you, not everybody's gonna like you.
No doubt. That's good advice from your pops. Sound like a wise man.
Yeah, he don't say that. No, because he's gonna be so hyped. Well, he's gonna watch this, and he's gonna.
That's right, pops. That's right.
He's gonna watch this.
You're a wise man, pops. You raised them well.
He's gonna be like, he's gonna tell my mom and my sisters, look, told you. I don't need to hype him up no more.
He's something else, man. He deserves it, man. Who was the guy in the league you first played against that? I don't know whether you were starstruck or you was like, damn, he really is this good.
LeBron.
LeBron.
Probably like LeBron and AD because like during the preseason, like I remember like my first game, coach is like, "Hey E, you got AD?" I'm like, what? Like, this is who you're throwing me on? Like, but like one thing I liked about it is just like it showed Coach Kerr had that confidence in me to go guard him. Mm-hmm. So I really like that aspect in terms of just like Coach trusts me enough to go out there and just guard AD.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not saying it's easy.
Yeah.
Because he's 7 foot and super skilled, but. I mean, like, just having that confidence to even coach allow me to go do that is real cool.
What is it about AD's game that makes him difficult?
He's so tall, and he has, like, his offensive game doesn't get enough credit, I feel like, put the ball on the floor, could shoot it, get assists, like, good playmaker with the height and, like, long arms is ridiculous. And, like, people don't like this. What I'm saying. I know I've seen AD since Kentucky, and like seeing how much he's gotten better every single year. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing I like about him. It's just like he competes and he plays defense, can shoot it, and he does everything on the floor. So he's real good.
And you got a heavy doses of them because y'all played them like 10 times.
Yeah, we played them so many times. I was sick of seeing them. Sick of seeing them.
Back to the slights. Do you feel like you seeing everybody wants to play on national TV? I spoke with Trae Young a couple of weeks ago, and he got hurt. Might have been a month ago, but he had got hurt. I think it was an ankle injury, and he got hurt the day before or the game before they were set to go on national TV, and he had to miss it. And the Hawks don't get many national TV games. That might have been the only one they had for 2019. And so he was really pissed about that. Now, you guys, on the other hand, they're actually taking the Warriors games off of national TV.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about that? Like, is that something you use as a slider, or do you feel like, hey, if you guys picked us to be national, televised games, it should stick that way?
I feel like it should stick. I mean, I feel like people still want to watch us. Like, even though like we don't have Steph and Klay, it's like still like I said, like we're still an NBA team. Like I understand like the ratings are down still and all that, but I just don't like the fact that like people they just take the games away. Like
and that's another thing. You said that they still want to watch. I would argue, I would think, they probably still want to watch, but I think they still want to watch just to see y'all lose. You know what I mean? Because you've come aboard now when everybody's piling on the Warriors now. You know what I mean? So you kind of been immersed into that. Yeah. So that I think you got something, but I think they want to see. They just want to kick y'all while you're down.
Probably.
But how was that been like? Like, because you're in this new part of the evolution, or do you feel? I'll ask that a different way. Do you feel like you and the other guys right now are trying to? This is like a showcase, because the real thing is not here yet. When all those other guys get back, is there pressure on you guys to like really perform and try to show that we're worthy of being guys that should be taken seriously on this roster?
Yeah, because I feel like at the end of the day, we're all basketball players, and if you play the game of basketball, if you play anything, you want to win. Mm-hmm. So like we're still out there to win. We're still out there to compete. We're not just backing down because we're having a pretty rough season. But as basketball players, you just want to compete, and that's one thing that I feel like all our young guys do is just compete and just keep playing hard.
I got a few more questions for you before you get out of here, man. What's been the adjustment for you as turning pro? A lot of guys talk about that first check they get, what they do with it, all the people asking for things out of nowhere, or the new family members you get once you turn pro. What has it been like for you once you hit that level?
Honestly, probably just the attention you get. Like, you just got to be careful of what you do out there. And for me, family and like friends wasn't really like a big adjustment, because I don't have many friends anyway.
Why is that, E? You not a people person?
No, I'm a people person. Like, I'm great having convos with, like, but it's just with me, I'm a real trustworthy person, and
okay.
like I actually said this before. Like, if you're loyal to me, like when I had nothing, then I understand. Like, if you stick with me now, but like if you try to just be friends with me now it's just like now I'm in the spotlight. You want to be friends, and that's the one thing I don't like. So like I'm just real like careful on who I trust, and I've been like that ever since I was young. I mean, it ain't had to do anything with like being in the NBA or nothing. It's just been like that, and just my trust is. I feel like trust runs really far, and like I'm huge on trust, and like my family is huge on trust. So like we're really tight, like family. Like every Sunday we eat dinner at my mom and dad's crib, and like we just talk, and like that's our trust right there. Like we just talk about whatever, eat, watch a movie. So my parents have told me trust is a very, very big thing, and I listen to my mom and dad about that.
Well, that's good. But I mean, you're in the right organization for that. Because one thing you can say about the Golden State Warriors, first class organization.
Yeah.
Yeah. You speak to most players that came in and out. It's one of the best experiences you had. And if like you step into like with most rookies. Well, I don't say most rookies, but a lot of rookies, they'll step into situations to where they're playing in small markets. It's not much to do.
Yeah.
You got a ton to do out here.
Yeah.
Like, how are you kind of leveling out your responsibility as being a professional player, and then you're young?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to have some fun. You got to hit a couple clubs out. I won't say what clubs you're hitting out right here, but I know. Come on now, that's a lot to do out here.
Honestly, I don't. I'm a real big homebody.
Is that right?
Yeah, like I like being in the house. Like I just play my video games. I listen to music.
You sound like De'Aaron Fox, man. That's what he. But he in Sacramento, so I can understand why he.
Nah, but like inside. Even with me, like I'm just like I'm very to myself in terms of just like being a pro. Like being a pro, like it means a lot more than just like living a pro life. If you like, in terms of just going out or like living a certain type of way. Like I'd rather just be the best pro I can be and just try to get myself in the best position I can be. Honestly, so yeah, I'm a real big homebody. I'm always watching Netflix or playing some video games or just listening to my music.
What shows you watching on Netflix right now? Did you see have you watched You, the series You?
I heard it's real good.
Oh man, check it out. Season 2's
I
coming
need
up.
to catch up on How to Get Away with Murder. Honestly.
Oh, I haven't. Yeah, I watched one episode and that was it. I couldn't get back into it.
Why didn't you?
I got a couple other ones I'm watching right now.
I'm telling you, keep watching How to Get
No,
Away.
it was good. It was good. I'm watching Power right. I
don't watch Power. Everybody, my whole family watch Power. I don't watch it.
What you got against Power?
No, I don't have nothing against it. I'm not catching up. Like, I'm not just sitting there watching all these episodes.
But that's the best time. You can binge watch. You ain't got to wait for things.
I'm not binge watching. That's why I don't like certain shows. Like, I just stopped watching. Like, The Following. I
haven't seen that.
It's about like a cult. It's tough.
Okay.
It's tough. But like I watched the first 2 seasons. The third season came out, and I just never watched it because I just don't want to sit down. Because then like if you take time off watching it, and now you got to rewatch it to catch up.
I understand that.
Like, How Do We Get Away with Murder? I have to do it, and there's 5 seasons, and I already watched 2, so it's like I have to rewatch all this.
Okay, I get
so
that.
So like with Power, how many seasons of Power is there?
Shoot, Powers, I think it just finished 6. I think it finished the 6th.
See, I'm not watching 5
but listen.
I'm not.
The good thing, look, you don't have to. It could take your time. You don't have to binge watch it in a week. Take your time. But at least right now, like I got to deal with like the next season is going to come in a couple months. But one thing I hate when a new episode comes out, you going on social media, everybody talking about it.
That's why I don't want to watch it because.
But you're so far behind, it doesn't even matter what they're talking about now.
It does though, because I want to know. Like, you feel me? Like it does matter. Like you could log on to Twitter, see trending power.
Yeah.
Dang, man. Everybody about to spoil it right now.
Man.
So that's why certain shows I just don't watch because people gonna spoil it anyway.
All right, I get it, man. So what are your aspirations? I'm talking about you personally. What are your, now that you've gotten off to such a great start? Nobody's seen this coming. Nobody's seen. I mean, it's seldom that you see somebody taking the second round have so much of an impact this early on. But now you're up there with the Ja Morants. You, Ja Morant. I'm trying to think, who else? I'm missing somebody. Who else is up there?
K9.
K9 with Miami. So now that you're there, is it an aspiration for you to try to say, man, I'm this close? Why not Rookie of the Year?
Not really, honestly. Just because, like, no one expected me to be here anyway.
No, I understand, but
no, that's why I don't like. I wasn't playing for that in the beginning.
I get that.
So that's why I'm still not playing for it now. It's just like no one expected me to even be in the race.
Mm-hmm.
Like, somebody told me like the odds of me winning it at the beginning of the year was like ridiculous. Like, if you would have put money on me winning Rookie of the Year early, like,
yeah,
you would have it would have helped.
Or even had you considered for being in the race.
Yeah, so like that's why I don't play for it, because it's just like that wasn't my goal at the beginning of the year. It shouldn't be my goal now. I'm just playing basketball. I'm trying to be the best me I could be.
Do you know what it would do to have a second round pick take home the Rookie of the Year?
Brogdon just did it.
Who?
Michael
Oh
Brogdon.
yeah, he did. That's true. That's true. That's true.
Brogdon just did it, man.
That is true. Milwaukee,
my man.
That is true. But how big would it do to do it again? You know, right? You know what I mean? I think it says something to, and Brogdon, 4-year player as well.
In Virginia.
So I think it would say something to that as well, that the fact that, look, you guys are overlooking guys that come in right now and help you, and, it's not wise to look down on guys who play 4 years of college.
I agree. I mean, I look at another guy I'm real cool with is Matisse Thybulle. He's playing a lot.
Hey,
he's playing a lot for the
that's
Sixers.
my kid. No, he's playing one of the best defenders still.
Yeah, and like
Washington,
and like it's 4-year guy,
Yeah.
and like is contributing in a major way. So like I look at guys like that because like me and Matisse used to joke around like put on for the 4-year guys, for the seniors.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. That's what's up.
But yeah, like I look
up.
at Matisse and I'm just like, all right, like there's another 4-year guy that's doing well, can contribute. Like people should take notice of this.
And Matisse, he didn't work out for anybody. He had that good promise, that good draft promise. He'll have his experience. Even though he was drafted, it was 20.
20.
It was 20. It was 20. His draft experience is totally different from even the guys who were taking number one.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have to go through any of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, but that's a great point. Matisse Thybulle, guys I know, look him up. He broke Gary Payton's steals record. Yeah, over at UW.
Matisse plays crazy defense.
If he's the type of guy, if you give him time, he's going to produce on the defensive end.
For sure.
But I expect to see you and Matisse out there, Chicago All-Star Weekend, representing for. I mean, what you mean? Hopefully, man.
Hopefully, man.
Man, what's this hopefully talk, man?
Hey, man, you never know. A lot of this, why I say it, this is the same thing as the draft. A lot of things out of your control, and a lot of things can happen. So that's why I just keep my hopes up, and I say hopefully. You don't know what's gonna happen.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna leave you with this last question. For the people who, Raymond Ritter, one of the chief PR aficionados here in the league for the Golden State Warriors here, one of the best there is. He gets on me for not showing up, around here. I told Steve Kerr, I apologize for not coming to many games this year. It's just every time I plan to come up, something always came up at the house, man.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. But what give for people who have, there are even fans that jumped off the bandwagon of the Warriors. For people who are kind of on the cusp or of saying, should I still, be a Warrior? Should I still watch? Give them a reason of why they should still tune in to Warriors basketball.
I feel like you see a whole bunch of hungry young guys out there just competing with the best players in the world. I feel like that's something that people should watch is just like how much we compete and like how young we are, and just knowing that we still go out there and compete, and with all the things that's happened this year, like we've lost so many games, like close games. Like people, and I feel like people just see the loss, but like they don't see like how hard we're playing, how together we're playing, and how much we actually care for the game. So I feel like that's why people should still watch us, just because that's something that we all take pride in.
Okay. Well, E, I appreciate you for coming on.
Appreciate
now
that.
You can go get that cut that you claim that you're getting this afternoon.
I need that.
Man,
I need that cut.
if you need a barber, you got a barber. Your barber's legit down here in the Bay.
Yeah.
All right, okay, all right, man. Go get that clean cut, man.
Well, you came on fresh.
Hey, but look,
you set me up, man.
This is my show, man.
I
This is
get
my
that.
show.
I
got to. I can't.
I get that, but you set me up.
I expect better from you. E. I expect better, man. Your pops and mom raised you better than that.
Yo,
you know.
I always have a cut. It's just today you caught me off guard.
Hey, this won't be your last time, man. So next time you come over here looking fluffy and looking rough, I'm gonna know that's just you.
No, it's not.
You can't blame me. You can't blame me.
It's not me. I always got a crisp hairline on.
Yeah, I swear, my God. You still got the hairline, so you got to use. See, mine fading a little bit, so
I still got it. I'm gonna go bald soon, though. I already know.
How soon?
Well, I don't know when, but like my whole family, my pops,
is that right?
All his brothers, my grandpa.
At what age?
I don't know, but they all bald. So
yeah,
I already
it's
know
coming.
it's coming for me.
Hey, that's why I'm noticing guys are going bald way younger.
No, I'm not gonna say no time. I'm not saying like next year. Whoa, I'm not saying next year, but soon, like when I get older, like I'm gonna have a baldy.
Hold on, let me see the head. You got the head. Yeah, I guess you got the head shape to do it. Pull it off.
I know I'm going bald. I just don't know when. But my whole hey.
But there's ways of extending your hairline.
I feel like you just gotta let it go. Just gotta let it go. Let it go. If you start.
So you speaking to everybody there. You speaking to everybody. That's your advice.
Whoa. I'm not speaking to everybody because I don't want nobody to be mad at me talking about their hair. I'm not speaking to everybody. For me personally, as soon as I get to that point,
clear,
as soon as I get to that point where I know I'm letting it go, get that shade. But I'm not speaking to everybody else.
Okay, this is just you.
This is just me.
You ain't talking to no other NBA players or that.
No,
this is just you.
No. I'm not talking to nobody else. I'm talking about me. I'm letting it go.
Yeah, you let it go.
Like my dad let it go. He's just like, you know what? I'm bald. Like it's not like the bald like I'm choosing to be bald.
Yeah.
Like it's the bald like I'm bald.
Y'all bald like it ain't nothing else.
Ain't growing. Ain't nothing growing up there. Like I ain't getting no Rogaine and nothing.
Hey, so when it get to that point,
hold on.
I'm gonna hold you to that because it's easier to say that now.
I'm letting it go.
Okay. Remember you said that.
If I'm at the point where like I'm really like, and it's like then
over
baldy.
All right. Eric Paschall, Golden State Warriors rookie. He brought it, man. Appreciate you, my guy.
Appreciate it.